Mesdames, Mesdemoiselles, Messieurs, déjà pour ceux qui nous ont rejoints, bienvenue à la 21e édition de la Coupe du Monde de Sabre d'Orléans. Vous allez assister au match pour la 3e place. En escrime, on dit même rencontre. Donc vous allez assister à la rencontre pour la 3e place qui va opposer l'équipe d'Italie, composée de Sofia Ciamalia, Irene Vecchi, Martina.
So here we go, it's time to contest the bronze medal here at the first World Cup of the season in Orléans, France. Presented out to the crowd, the team from Italy, Sofia Ciamalia, Martina Criscio, Irene Vecchi, and the reserve, Rosella Gregorio. Italy will go up against the USA, Eliza Stone, Dagmara Wozniak, Marielle Zagunis, and their reserve, Monica Aksamet. First up onto the piste will be Criscio for Italy and Zagunis for the USA. And our referees on the right, Guillaume Verheyo of Spain and Alex Schiffers of Germany.
Mesdemoiselles, Mesdames, bonne chance. Alors, comme il y a une tradition, vous allez voir, les deux équipes se saluent.
So, time to settle the first team medal of the new season here on the International Fencing Circuit. But first up, it's the team huddles. Well, pretty tough battle for both of these teams in their semi-finals. USA, well, they had the lead a couple of times against France, but in the end the French team have gone on to compete a little bit later on this afternoon in the gold medal match. Italy, well, they had a topsy-turvy match with Russia leading at the halfway stage. In fact, going into the final three, they had the lead, but Pozniakova, who was substituted off for her second match, came back on and put the Russians back in control of that one. So tough battles and tough losses for both of these teams. But from the way they were both fencing in those semi-finals, I think they're definitely going to be up for this one. So Guillaume Verheyo will get us underway.
En garde. Êtes-vous prêts? Allez. Allez. En garde. Prêt? Allez. Allez. En garde, oui. En garde. Prêt? Prêt? Allez. En garde. Êtes-vous prêts? Allez.
Well, a bit of a messy one, but they all count.
En garde. Êtes-vous prêts? Allez. Préparation, attaque, touche.
Well, Criscio given the right of way on that one, challenged by Zagunis. But the hit will stand for Crucio. And the teams will just be feeling each other out in these early stages. 9 legs in a team tournament. Target score each time is a multiplier of 5. The attack fails there from Zagunis. Crucio gets a good lead for the Italians. Up next, Irina Vecchi of Italy goes up against Eliza Stone. Both of these athletes picked up an individual bronze medal at the World Championships in Wuxi back in July.
Not time. En garde. Êtes-vous prêts? Allez! En garde.
Good use of distance from Stone, running away from the Vecchi attack. Landing a counter. This time steps into the middle to look for the para riposte and gets it.
En garde. Êtes-vous prêts? Allez!
Vecchi on a pieced long attack here. Blade is met in the middle. And it's a nice para riposte from Stone. Still very early stages, but it's a strong performance from Stone in the second leg.
Êtes-vous prêts? Allez! En garde. Êtes-vous prêts? Allez!
Vecchi knows the hesitation off the line there. Offered Stone the opportunity to score again.
Êtes-vous prêts? Allez! En garde. Prêt? Allez. Simultané pas les touches. En garde. Êtes-vous prêts? Allez. Attaque de gauche.
There's certainly a contrast between these two athletes. Stone, very purposeful. She knows what she's going to do off the line. Vecchi feeling the fight out a little bit more. At the moment, they're cancelling each other out. Well, is the riposte good for Stone here? She does certainly find a parry. I'm not sure that she landed her first action on the riposte. And indeed, Vecchi gets the hit. Stone went looking for the blade that time. Vallejo is going to have a look at the video of his own volition. In fact, he gives it to Stone. Perhaps Perhaps the appeal from Vecchi was enough to persuade Guillaume Verheer to go and have a look at the video, but he was happy to give it to Stone. Trying to use the line, trying to hassle Vecchi on her approach, but Vecchi is too strong for that. A good leg from Eliza Stone, though. 6 points scored for her. Absolutely nothing in this one. We wait now for Sofia Giraglia to come on, and she will go up against Dagmara Wozniak of the USA.
En garde. Prête. Allez. Sur les deux, pas de tout. En garde. Prête. Allez. Prête. Allez. Allez. Attaque. Touche. Point. En garde. Prête. Allez. Attaque non. Contre-attaque. Point. En garde. Prête. Allez. Attaque contraire. Point. En garde. Prête. Allez. Tous les deux. Pas de tout. En garde. Prête. Allez.
A big clash in the middle from both of the fencers. They both had to just give their sword arm wrists a little bit of a shake off. Wozniak lands a nice para riposte. Very purposeful with the blade as well on the attack.
Allez.
Well, the flunge didn't quite pay off there. Giraglia was too far away. Found the parry. And with Wozniak off balance, was able to land the riposte. She comes through with a strong attack of her own. Taking to flank, finishing on the chest. Oh, can he separate those ones? Both just a couple of steps, waiting to see what the other one does, and then both going at the same time. To me, like Wozniak's front foot just gripped onto the piece a bit more than she was expecting. And she's gone down. It's the left ankle that seems to be the problem. The doctor's out on the piste. Wozniak didn't look too happy, but a bit of magic spray and she'll be okay. Definitely looked like that front ankle just gripped onto the piste more than she was expecting, and when she went to try and pick it up to step forwards, it was glued to the piste. She looks like she's just going to try and walk this one off. See the French team warming up. They're up next for the gold medal match against Russia. That's sure to be an absolute cracker as well. Looks like Wozniak is almost ready to get this one back underway. tell you that just out of shot to the right-hand side of our view here, Monica Aksamet, the American reserve, is going through her warm-up routine. Wozniak is ready to continue. Let's see how she moves, as we may get our first sighting of the American reserve today.
En garde. Prêt. Allez.
Well, that's it. Chiraglia does enough to get over the line, and the Italians maintain the lead. In fact, they've opened it up by a single point. And for an athlete that relies a lot on her mobility, Dagmara Wozniak has 3 fights to recover, but I think you just saw a very brief glimpse there, yours again, of the American coach. Corfanti there, the coach for the USA. It looks like the Americans have taken immediate action. And we'll see, though, if Wozniak comes back on. 2 fights before that. First up, Martina Criscio against Eliza Stone. The Italians 2 points up, a third of the way through this bronze medal match here in Orléans.
Attaque. En garde. Prêt. Allez. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Allez, attaque. Touche. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Allez. Parade. Touche. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Allez. Sur la coquille. Je pose touche. Point.
Well, strong outing from Eliza Stone here. She has scored 5 hits unanswered. Martina Criscio, at the moment, is struggling to find a way through.
Prêt. Allez. Final, tous les deux par ici. En garde. Prêt. Allez. Attaque sur la préparation. En garde. Prêt. Allez.
Stone stepped into the middle there, but Criscio was already underway and accidentally followed through. Her attack just brushed the mask of Stone. It can be just a little painful, and you see she has to actually adjust her mask after that clash. Hasn't quite come to life yet, this one.
En garde, s'il vous plaît.
Stone putting in a strong performance in her first outing. Looking to repeat that here in the second.
Prêt. Allez. Par ici. En garde. Prêt. Allez.
Criscio strong in defence. Now tries to find the blade as Stone presents the line. And Criscio just waited too long for that, and Stone said enough's enough and went out on her own attack. She was within 1 of the target score.
Prêt. Allez. Sur la préparation. Counter-attack.
Le score passe à 19-18.
Please. En garde. Prêt? Allez, allez. En garde. Prêt? Allez.
Well, Stone started so well here, but Criscio has got back on level terms, and well, they won't be closer. They can't be closer at the end of this one. Para riposte. Well, does it go through? It does indeed. Criscio keeps the lead, but only just. Another good outing from Eliza Stone. So next up, it's Chiraglia against Zagunis. And the stadium announcer just reminding everyone that Mariel Zagunis won the 2004 and 2008 Olympic title in the individual tournament. She's returning to the piste after a long layoff after the last Olympic Games. And she's certainly returning to some of her finest sparkling form, Zagunis. Nice, really nice. Lured the attack to finish from Chiraglia and then stepped away. Landed a beautiful para riposte. I'm pretty sure the Americans would have had this one marked as an opportunity to score some big points. Patience on the attack from Zagunis, but Chiraglia, very strong on her feet, steps away and produces her own beautiful para riposte. This time Zagunis waits just a little bit longer on the attack, and it pays off. A great leg there from Mariel Zagunis, outscoring her opponent 5 points to 1. Now, is it going to be the return of Dagmara Wozniak, or will the Americans have made their substitution after she injured her front ankle in her previous leg? It's Irene Vecchi who is on the piste for Italy. And it is indeed the reserve, Monica Aksamet, who's come on. We suspected that the Americans had made that substitution. And they certainly have. Ignore your caption, because that is definitely Monica Aksamet on your right. The American reserve gets off the mark straight away here in the 6th leg of this bronze medal match. Reaching through on a long attack. Oh, and that's a lovely hit as well. The Americans have got a super sub here in Monica Aksamet. Showing great variety here. Vecchi yet to score a point in this leg. Well, first one lands for Aksemet. And a great leg from the reserve. She goes 5-1 against Irini Vecchi. And the Americans have got a nice, strong lead here going into the final three. And next up, their strongest performer throughout the day, Eliza Stone, comes on. And she goes up against Sofia Chiraglia, who struggled against Marielle Zagunis in the last fight.
S'il vous plaît.
Just sensing the Americans have taken a grip of this one and will not let it go. Oh, but really great, sharp reactions there from Chiraglia, finding a beautiful parry and landing the riposte. Now comes out on the attack herself, a nice long one, and she knows that she's got to start well, and she's certainly done that. Still trailing by 6 points, though.
Tous les deux, pas de truc. Regarde, prête, allez. Attaque contre attaque, regarde, prête, allez.
Parried the first attack and then skipped away, couldn't land the riposte, but managed to get a counter under the arm. Chiraglia has scored 5 unanswered hits here, and it's just what the Italians needed. Great recovery from Chiraglia personally, having been dealt with by Marielle Zagunis in her last fight. Just reaching out and landing that one. Stone is stunned. He doesn't know where that got her. I suspect it was just under the arm. Brilliant performance here from Sofia Chiraglia. She feels, Stone feels that she's finding the moment to start her attack, but the referee's not having any of it. And this brilliant performance from Chiraglia continues. 9 hits to 1 in the 7th leg. Nice parry riposte though from Stone. She's found the timing in the middle. Stepped in, had a look that time. There was nothing coming from Chiraglia, so she finished her attack and then skips in the single light to finish things off. But despite still holding a lead, that was a 10-hit run for Chiraglia. Means after a strong couple of performances from Stone earlier on in the match, she actually finishes with a -3 indicator. Chiraglia with a 10-5 in that match goes to 0. But the Italians are right back in this. Aksamit comes back on the reserve. She performed so well in her first match. And she's up against Martina Criscio. Can she stop the rot here?
Angare. Breed. Allez. First small. You were looking for the blade. Angare. Breed. Come on. Allez. Regarde. Prêt. Allez. Attaque. Touche. Point. Regarde. Prêt. Allez. Attaque. Touche. Regarde. Prêt. Allez.
Well, Sofia Ciaraglia started the comeback from the Italians here, and Martina Criscio has picked this one up and carried on. A couple of lovely attacks from the Italian, followed by a beautiful para riposte. They've come from 8 hits down, the Italians, to lead. And they hold on to that lead going into the final leg. Just having a quick look at this one of his own volition. There was a meeting of the blades. For me, it looked like para riposte for the left, but he's having a really good look at this one. And it is indeed given to Criscio. 2 away from the target score here in this bronze medal match. Aksamit off the mark in the 8th leg. Well, both looking for the moment in the middle. The referee reviews this one as well. Again, just trying to establish whether Criscio, I think, stole the right of way, and she did indeed. One of those long attacks from Monica Aksamit. She's very tall and sometimes deceives her opponent's distance. I think they get away, but she's just got that little bit of extra reach. Well, they both go in at the same time for me on that one. Referee has called it simultaneous. Aksamit's called for a review of that one. She felt that she had the right of way. Referee will go and have a look at the video. Good call from Monica Aksamit. She does get the hit on review. And again, we are going to be as close as we can be going into the 9th leg. Criscio skipping away from the long attack from Aksamit, and she goes after her own one. Now, does she pick up a para riposte here? She doesn't. The attack goes through, and Criscio takes the Italians into the final leg with the slenderest of leads. But a good run from Criscio. They were trailing coming into the fight. They lead going into the last match. So the anchor for Italy is Irina Vecchi. She's on your left. Marielle Zagunis anchors for the USA. This is going to be a cracker. Zagunis has been showing some tremendous form here. All her experience. She's in with a big shout here of turning this one around for the Americans.
prêt? Allez.
Just like that, from 1 point behind, the Americans now lead by a single point. Zagunis has got the bit between her teeth. Oh, lovely stuff. Skips away, lures the attack from the Italian, and then stands her ground and finds a beautiful parry. And lands the riposte as Vecchi's off balance. Vecchi patient off the line though. Same again from Vecchi. A bit more patience off the line, builds a long attack, and we're all square again. Who's going to hold their nerve here? Was there hesitation from Zagunis? There was. Vecchi has stolen the lead back. Right on the knife edge, this bronze medal match. Vecchi on the march, lands her attack. And the Italians are within one here of taking bronze at the first World Cup of the season. Both weight for me. I'm not sure the referee's going to separate those ones. Different approach, but both attack at the same time ultimately. Oh, Vecchi looked for a power riposte. It probably was the right decision, but the execution wasn't there. Zagunis back within one. Zagunis go after this straight away. Now there's hesitation from the American. Hit stands for Vecchi, but Zagunis calls for a video review. And Guillaume Verreau will go and have a look at the video, but there was, by the looks of things, the slightest hesitation. And the referee does indeed give that. And Vecchi has taken the Italians over the line. Sofia Traglia did her bit with a 10-5 run in the 7th leg. Criscio closed out the 8th, and Vecchi has finished this one off. A superb performance from both teams, but it's Italy who take the bronze medal here in Orléans. We have one more match to come, and that's the gold medal match here at the Palais des Sports in the first World Cup of the season. It's up in about 10 minutes' time, where we will see the home team, France, go up against Russia. Don't go far. This live stream is brought to you by Leon Paul. We will be back for the gold medal match in just a little under 10 minutes.
Ceux qui étaient là hier soir ont pu voir des images et puis une petite commémoration sympa de ce titre des Françaises. C'était le 27 juillet 2018 en Chine. Aux alentours de 13h15 en France, lorsque la France remportait sa 3e étoile, puisque l'équipe de sabre-d'armes française a été déjà championne du monde en 2006 et 2007. Et cela faisait 11 ans qu'on attendait un nouveau titre de cette équipe face aux multimédaillés russes. Donc, public orléanais, je crois que vous allez voir, c'est un petit peu autre chose, les équipes.
Est-ce que vous c'est Marseille? Non, mais ça n'aide pas. Oui, mais en fait, ici, il doit pas y parce que c'est pas
Il a dit oui. Si.
Qui a dit oui?
Mais arrête de te décaler.
Je peux dire, mais l'année dernière, on était obligé de mettre des rubans tout autour.
Ouais,
Tout autour, on avait des rubans ici.
ouais, comme ça, personne ne peut passer.
Là, il y a des intrus. Là, il y a des intrus comme ça.
Il y a un truc à côté.
Pourquoi il est tué là?
C'est pas les mêmes fonctions.
Vas-y, on fait quoi? Est-ce qu'on peut être chaud pour l'équipe de France?
Aurélien, c'est ton frère. C'est ton frère, hein. Il vient de ta famille. Tel père, tel fils. Et donc logiquement, tel frère, tel frère.
Et nous allons pouvoir vous présenter les deux équipes et les arbitres.
Non. Non, désolé, j'ai reçu chanter tout le monde.
Parce que j'ai les pieds.
Je dirais au directeur avec
Pourquoi je viens?
Finale de l'édition de la Coupe du Monde de sabre dames par équipe, Coupe du Monde d'Orléans 2018, qui va opposer.
So it's time for the last action here in Orléans. It's the gold medal match in the women's team sabre event. And it's time to present the teams out onto the field of play. First up, it's Russia. Sofia Pozniakova, Svetlana Sheveleva, Sofia Velakaya, and on the left, the reserve, Alina Mikhailova. And they will go up against the French team, and there is a big roar from the crowd here. Caroline Keroli leads them out, followed by Cecilia Berde, the super anchor for the French team. Manon Brunet is followed out by the reserve Charlotte Lembach.
Les arbitres de cette finale seront l'Italien Monsieur Emanuele Bucca.
And now it's time for the referees. Emanuele Bucca of Italy. And he will share the refereeing duties with the Hungarian Miklos Kósa. So first up, the team huddles. High fives all around. And first up, it will be Sofia Velikaya for Russia going up against Manon Brunet of France. This for the gold medal here in Orléans. So the top 2 teams in the world going head-to-head at the first World Cup. A fitting start to the new season. Interestingly, in the semi-finals, the Russians subbed out Wozniakova, the individual world champion, was subbed out for her second match, but came back on. Proving to be a great tactical decision by Christian Bauer, the coach for the Russians. Mikhailova coming on for the middle leg. It'll be interesting to see if they do that again. But first up, Velikaya on your left, Brunet on your right. Miklos Kósa will get things underway. Brunet looking to draw the attack, try and find a parry, but she wasn't able to execute. Velikaya, very strong, feinting to body, finishing to flank. Well, Velikaya made the choice. To look for the parry riposte. She failed this time. Brunet going out on the attack here. Velikaya skips away. She's got the right of way. Brunet's presented the line, tries to find a counter attack. It runs out of space. Velikaya on the long attack. It's the Russians up to 4. Hesitation from the Russian. Brunet capitalized. Well, impressive stuff from Manon Brunet. Tries to find a parry riposte and succeeds, and comes from behind in the first fight. The French have taken a slender lead. The early days here. Next up, Wozniakova and Berder. Well, she put a big target on her back, Sofia Wozniakova, by taking the world title. Cecilia Berder, a brilliant team fencer. Again, Wozniakova stopping at the start of her attack, presenting an opportunity for Berder, who capitalized. One slow step, and then an attack from the Russian.
On garde. Prêt, allez. On garde. Prêt, allez.
And this time the Russian blocks out. A little bit rushed from Berder, perhaps.
On garde. Prêt, allez.
Patience on the attack this time from the French fencer.
On garde. Prêt, allez.
And this time, a slower start off the line from Berder. Pozniakova just went straight for her.
Prêt, allez.
French fencer lured the attack. Pozniakova gets away. She's back on her attack, has the right of way. Line presented by Berder. Tries to turn it into a para riposte, but Pozniakova finishes her attack, and we're all level here. Great performance from the individual world champion. So the first action from Berder is no, Pozniakova didn't do anything, so Berder went after her again. It's a bit of a free one. Finds the para riposte to finish things off. Another 5-4 going to the French team. Up next, Sheveleva and Karoli. Way too early to call this one, but you'd rather be in the French fencer's shoes. Emanuele Buca takes control of the match for this leg and the next one. Can Karoli continue this French carousel?
Prêt, allez.
Bit of a heavy hit there from Karoli, completely by accident, of course. Sheveleva just shaking it off. An early start there. Noticed here in the team event, unlike the individual, they've been a little bit more relaxed about the cards for an early start, but Karoli does indeed get a yellow card for starting early. It's such an advantage in Sabre. Both showing their defensive skills and distance control, but in the end, it's Sheveleva that shows the patience to see out that hit. Well, there you go. Early start from Sheveleva. They're both on a yellow card now. Any infringement by either will result in a point for their opponent. Oh, nice. Controlled para riposte. Karoli fell into the trap. More patient on her attack this time and finds a way through. Now, is there an early start again from Sheveleva? I think there is, and it will be another card. It's a red one and a point to Karoli. Score's gone up the wrong side there. Should be 13-11. Well, both do the same thing, jump into the middle stop and then go for the real attack. And this time, does Karoli go looking for the blade? She does, and Sheveleva gets back within one. arm back as Chevaleva approached. If anything, Kerali can advance the lead for the French here. Chevaleva skips away from the attack. Kerali matches her. Patience on the attacker's work for Kerali. She's coming after her. Attempted counter-attack fails from Chevaleva. Kerali gets the French over the line and opens the lead up to 3 points. So good performance there from all three French fencers, all outscoring their opponents. Next up on the scoreboard, we have Brunet and Pozniakova. Indeed, look like it is. Yes, it is. Pozniakova back on. Christian Bauer, the coach of the Russian team, has not made the substitution he made in the semi-finals. Pozniakova will get a chance to have a go at Manon Brunet now. The blade is picked up by the Russian. Brunet appealed for the hit, but she had the right of way taken away from her with a blade action from the Russian. Well, something happened to Brunet in the middle of that action, and she's disappeared off down the end of the piste. She looks like she's just taken a little hit on the back hand, which of course doesn't have a glove on it. So that was smart. I've seen this a number of times from Pozniakova, going into the middle and somehow not able to get her arm out and land the attack. Meeting of the blade, given to Brunet. Well, the long attack from Pozniakova, a bit more patience as she approached Brunet, lands her attack. Brunet felt that she might have disrupted the attack, but didn't get given the hit. And they both jump into the middle there. Two meetings of the blade this time. First one looked clearly Brunet's. Pozniakova didn't do enough with it, so Brunet within one now of the target score. So patient on her attack, but so neat on her feet. Skips away from Pozniakova this time, and Brunet has taken the French into a 5-hit lead here, outscoring Pozniakova 5-3. So next up, it's Kerali for France, up against Sofia Velakaya. Velakaya making her comeback midway through last season, and taking a long break after the Rio Olympic Games. Velakaya is looking back to some of her finest form here. A patient attack to start things off. Velakaya did put in a counter-attack, but wasn't able to block out Kerali's attack. The French fencer had the right of way, scores the hit. But straight off the line, Velakaya goes after Karoli. Early start. Card has to come out here from Miklos Kosa for Sofia Velakaya. So, hesitation from Velakaya. And the attack given again for the French fencer. Karoli looked to try and find the blade in the middle. Velakaya went for the simple thing and hit her opponent. Wow, just smarter off the line at the moment in this match, Karoli. Velakaya on a long attack. Karoli on the back line lands a beautiful para riposte, and that has got the crowd going. Superb performance against the world number 2. Karoli takes the French to a 7-point lead. Looks like there's going to be a review here. Did Karoli step over the back line? She did, and it's a swing around. 19 plays 24, and on review, Miklos Kosa has said Karoli stepped over the back line. That's a point to your opponent automatically, and there's another one for Velakaya. So what was looking like a 25-18 lead for the French has been narrowed. The question is, how much more can Velakaya close the gap? Another long attack. This time Karoli does stay inside the markings of the piste. That's it. Karoli does get to 25, but not before Velakaya gets another 3 extra points. And for the first time, a Russian has outscored a French fencer. So next up, Svetlana Sheveleva for Russia up against Cecilia Berder. Just cancelling each other out here a little bit, 2 apiece in this 6th leg, but Sheveleva just finding her timing a little bit better now. Beautiful parry, just didn't quite land the riposte. Berder back on the attack. Finds the blade this time. Berder within 2. you can see Miklos Kosa saying there was hesitation from Sheveleva this time. Whilst the French crowd are really getting behind the home team, they're being very respectful and very polite of the Russians. Knowledgeable crowd here in France, but they'll definitely want to see Berdere get over the line. Another point for Sheveleva though. 4 apiece in this match. Another beautiful block out by Sheveleva, but doesn't land the riposte, and Berdere goes after her again. The gap was closed up by Sofia Velikaya, but Berdere has just eked it open again.
Donc, dernière série de 3 matchs se présente sur la piste Caroline Keroli.
So Caroline Keroli has come back out, and the substitution has happened. Alina Mikolova is on for the Russians in place of Sofia Pozniakova. Substitution worked well for the Russians in the semi-finals. Can Mikhailova perform well again? A little bit too much on preparation there. Keroli on the back line decides she's had enough of it and jumps in with the attack. Crucial last 3 legs underway here in this gold medal match at the Orléans World Cup. Oh, lovely stop cut there from Mikhailova. Strong defense from the tall Russian. Keroli, though, skipping away from that and then rushing in, and a counter from Mikhailova. Russians are within 3. Oh, nice distance trap there from Mikhailova. Stepped in with a quick one and stopped immediately, drawing the attack from Keroli. Just leant back and made a miss. The Russians had to start shaking a leg, and it's the substitute that's doing the hard lifting for them. Keroli, though, out on the attack for just her 2nd hit in this match. Well, hesitation called from Emanuele Buca for Caroline Keroli, and the hit is given for the Russian, but an appeal is underway, and the hit stands. Well, this time Keroli made sure of it by taking her opponent's blade. That gives you the right of way. This time Keroli skips away, looking for the right moment to attack, but nervous of the counter. She drew it and landed her attack. And again finds the blade. This time Mikhailova is calling for a review. She feels that she's the one that found the parry, but the hit stands. In fact, he is now going to go to review this, Emanuele Bucca. But for me, that did look like Kerali taking the blade. And the hit does indeed stand. 5-5 in the match. Kerali comes out of this gold medal match with a 0 indicator. She scored just as many hits as she gave away. So next up, the penultimate match, Manon Brunet getting a big cheer from the crowd here. Not only is she in her home country, but this is where she began fencing, here in Orléans. And the crowd are right behind her. She's up against Svetlana Shevaleva, though, who had an interesting couple of legs so far. Strong defense of the feet from the Russian. Patience on the attack. Trying to find the blade to establish the right of way. It gives you the opportunity to go out and hit your opponent, and that's just what Shevaleva has done. Bit of hesitation on the line there from Brunet. She did try and look for a parry riposte at the end, but I'm sure that that was what was in the plan. Well, finds one on the inside of the wrist. Referee going to have a quick look at this one. Big shout from Shevaleva. And that was enough to persuade the referee to go and have a look at it. And on review, he has given the hit to the Russian. So Brunet just comes out on the attack again, taking the blade this time. Brunet comfortably stepping away from the attack from Shevaleva, picks up the blade again. Seems to be the one that's working for her. Both do the same thing, jump in, have a look, and then finish their attack. This time it's Brunet looking for the blade. Shevaleva lands to chest. And Velikaya, who's coming on to anchor the Russians, will want Shevaleva to go after a few more points here. Oh, but on the back line, a beautiful parry riposte. Brunet within one. The target score of 40. Early start from Shevaleva. Bit of nervous energy, no doubt. Brunet finishes it off with a compound attack. And a 6-point lead going into the anchor leg for Cecilia Berder is probably going to be enough, but she's going up against Sofia Velikaya. Shevaleva finishes on a -3 indicator. Manon Brunet on a +4. So she's certainly done her share of the work for the French team. Will Cecilia Berder see them over the line to take the first World Cup gold medal here in Orléans of the new season? Here we go. This for gold in France. Parry riposte given by Miklos Kosa. No complaint from Cecilia Beder. Blocked out again. Stepped in one too many times that time, Sofia Velikaya. Straight away off the mark, this time for the Russian on the attack. Just the slightest of hesitations from Beder. Velikaya starts her attack again, straight off the line. It's not fast, but the arm's moving forwards. Skips away this time. Beder just lost her footing, but managed to regain it. Velikaya looking to go for another attack, but stopped short. And Beder, at the right moment, launched into a counter-attack. 4-2 to the Russian, though, in this leg. Miklos Kosa going to have a look at the video on this one. I think he's going to be looking to see if Cecilia Beder goes looking for the blade. And she does at the beginning of that attack. She just looked for Sofia Velikaya's blade, and the attack goes to Velikaya. Nervy moments for the French here in the crowd. Velikaya, wow, she's so relaxed. She's process-driven. She knows what she's going to do, and she goes after it. First action from her this time, though, is no. Beder is within 2. Beder trying to settle. Velikaya on her long attack often is successful, as it is this time. No margin of error available to the Russian. Every decision now off the line has to be the right one. Wow, Beder looked for a para riposte, not a bad idea. Unfortunately for her, the execution let her down. Velikaya back within 2. This time it's Velikaya who looks for the distance trap. She thinks she found it. The referee's giving it to Beder, but Miklos Kosa will have to go and look at the video now. And what he's looking for is to see whether Beder lands with one action on her attack. It looked in real time that she did. And on review, it's confirmed. Beder within 1 of taking the title for France, in France, at the Orléans World Cup. Beder trying to settle herself down again. Velikaya on that long attack. It's dangerous. And on the back line, Beder's got nowhere to go. Velikaya lands her attack. And for me, Beder's got to get off the line early. I don't think she can afford to allow Velikaya to go out on the long attack anymore. Will Beder come off the line here? Well, she does, but this time Velikaya is even faster off the line. She knew what was coming and blocked out the attack from Beder. That's a massive hit. The Russian has to do it again. Beder goes looking for a parry. Nothing comes out from Velikaya, so Cecilia Beder goes after the Russian and gets the hit. It was a great fight back from Sofia Velikaya. She scored 9 hits in the final leg, but in the end, Béardère only needed 5, and that's what she's got. The French are the champions of Orléans 2018. Well, the crowd were very, very respectful throughout the match here, but a big cheer from them for Cécilia Béardère, Caroline Carolet, Manon Brunet, and Charlotte Lembach, who are the champions of Orléans. Great last couple of matches, brilliant action throughout here in France. All that remains is for the medals to be presented. We'll take a very, very short break in the commentary box while they get the podium ready, and it will be time for this crowd to sing La Marseillaise and salute the tricolore here in Orléans.
Chez vous là, les Bleus ils ont gagné. C'est la case avec 100, et puis c'est Maxence. Et c'est dans la balle. Maxence, tirez du bas TPH. Votez biche. Attendez là. Non, reste là, mais qu'on nous vient placer. Attends, je vais pas.
Ouais. Athéna, c'est une attaque dans la tête. Bon, ouais, je sais pas, regarde. Attaque.
Attends, les pistes bleues. Elle peut dire juste là. La vidéo sera.
S'il vous plaît. Voilà. Allez, Bretons, vous n'êtes pas venus pour rien. Mais les autres non plus, mais il y avait une forte colonie de Bretons. C'était un petit peu déçu de la journée d'hier. Voilà. S'il vous plaît, vous vous préparez pour la cérémonie protocolaire. L'équipe d'Italie, la Squadra, vous êtes prêts?
La squale, ma gueule.
S'il vous plaît.
Attends. T'es fou, Maxence. Combien avant? Non, putain, je voulais. Oh non.
Les Français vont demander de vous préparer le plus rapidement possible. Je sais que profitez de ces moments de joie, mais.
Là, on voit quoi là? On est en direct? On est en direct? Et nous, on a vers nous, Gogol. On est en direct, Eh oui!
Si vous pouvez enfiler vos survêtements rapidement.
Coucou! Bonjour! Bonjour les gens, bonjour! Arrêtez là! Coucou la France! On nous voit ou pas en direct? On a gagné les amis! Tu regardais? Ah lui, les caméramans, c'était Biche, Jotman et Evan Giraud. Evan avec 2 N. Caméraman! Eh oui! Moi aussi. Mais oui, on était les caméramans! En direct! Oh. Dédicace aux épéistes qui n'ont pas pu être là. D'abord, regarde la fin. On a pu passer.
Cécilia, merci.
J'ai juste une idée. Vous savez pas l'odeur de la Pourquoi tu prends des
Bah ouais, logique. Je vois ici sur YouTube. Là, regardez, elle est morte. Tu vois, elle là. Elle est pas faite. Je les vois pas, elle est pas. Qui ça, Maxence? Tu peux lui taper sur les pieds. Et je vais pas dire, moi ici, c'est en train de m'attirer. Ah, ça. Nico, dis-moi sur la caméra. Tout à l'heure, on fait les cons. On ne voit pas. On ne voit pas, t'as pas vu. Mais comme Biche, il a mis son nez devant la caméra. En direct là.
Si Arnaud et Philippe sont dans la salle, ils peuvent nous rejoindre si vous voulez. Philippe et Arnaud, merci.
Imagine ceux qui commencent la vidéo, ils nous... Bravo!
S'il vous plaît, mesdemoiselles, cérémonie protocolaire.
L'arbitre, il fait comme ça, il fait.
Ça va, je sais pas, cette dame, elle est venue avec son équipe. Ah bah si, mais ils sont là-bas, les deux. Les deux en gris. Elle est pas champion.
C'est la première étape.
On attend plus que nos champions du monde.
Ouais, mais c'est
Oui, je l'ai coaché en tout
Elle lâche ton poste bleu, frère.
Bon, vraiment, vous avez apprécié. Ouais. Vraiment, très très belle finale. Bien avec des équipes concentrées, qui n'ont pas discuté l'arbitrage. L'arbitrage était impeccable. Et vraiment, on peut faire Grande ovation aux arbitres parce que arbitrer pendant 3 jours des matchs de ce niveau. Merci d'arbitrer, d'applaudir les arbitres. Et le responsable de ces arbitres, c'est Monsieur Kim Correa. Bravo, Mr. Kim. Congratulations for your team.
Si vous avez aimé comment on a filmé, mettez un commentaire après la vidéo. Merci.
S'il vous plaît, les Françaises. S'il vous plaît, les champions du monde.
Lâchez un like après la vidéo et n'oubliez pas de t'abonner et d'activer la cloche de notification.
Alors, Rantert, Rantert. Ça l'a pas mis.
Donc, cérémonie protocolaire de cette Coupe du Monde par équipe Saponam Orléans 2018. Troisième.
So now it's time for the medals to be presented at the 2018 Orléans World Cup for women's team sabre. In the bronze medal position, it's Italy. Rosella Gregorio stepping up onto the podium first, was the reserve for most of the day. She's there with Sofia Giraglia, Martina Criscio at the back, along with Arini Vecchi on the right. And it's Kim of Korea who's presenting the medals to the athletes. He was in charge of the refereeing contingent here, who did a marvellous job throughout the tournament. 3 days of competition here in Orléans at this magnificent Palais des Sports. The co-presidents of the Orléans Fencing Club giving the gifts out to the athletes. So Italy take bronze. Now it's time for the silver medalists. The very strong team of Russia. They nearly did it. And despite a 9-5 run from Sofia Velikaya in the final, she couldn't quite get the Russians over the line. But she leads the Russians on to the second spot of the podium. Svetlana Sheveleva next to her. The super sub, Alina Mikhailova, and then on the left-hand side, the individual reigning world champion, Sofia Pozniakova. But under all the pressure of a home crowd, the reigning world champions were strong enough in the final. Cecilia Berder seeing them over the line. She is a fantastic anchor for the team. Left to right, it's Caroline Caroli, Manon Brunet, Charlotte Lembach, who was the reserve for the day today, and Cecilia Berder. They are the gold medalists at home in Orléans, France, at the first World Cup of the season. And the medals presented by Pascal Tesch, who is the official observer from the International Fencing Federation, the FIE. And the co-presidents of the Orléans Fencing Club, back again to present the medals.
Vive la France!
3 of the 4 fencers on the team are from the club here in Orléans. So a great opportunity for the co-presidents of the club to take centre stage. The guardians of 3/4 of the French World Championship winning team. And they are the champions in Orléans. So now it's time for the national anthem of France. Well, a great rendition from a packed out crowd here, and indeed the gold medalists standing on top of the podium, France. It's been all about them here today at the Women's Sabre Team World Cup, the first one of the new season, and it's France who took the plaudits and the gold medal. Russia in silver, Italy in bronze. It's been a fabulous tournament. Thank you very much to all of the organisers here, and indeed Leon Paul, who have supported the English-speaking commentary for the very first time at an international tournament. But it's time for us to pack up the Palais du Sport. The season is definitely underway, and we'll be back very soon for some more live fencing coverage. Thank you for joining us.